Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise, and I brought my dice on this cruise. I'm on the Ovation of the Sea here in the casino, as you can see, and the casino's closed. I decided to come. This is the first day, and I wanted to just come here before the casino opens tonight and do a little practice roll just to see how this table reacts. Here we go. Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps and winning free cruises. I'm going to show you what it's all about, so let's get rolling. We're going to go ahead and practice some shooting here, and I'm going to do a dice set that is not my regular one. So the one I'm going to do this time is, if you start with the sixes on top, then I'm just going to turn it over just like this. Then I'm going to spin it one time, the right one, spin it counterclockwise by one, and then that makes it the 4, 2, 4, 6 set. And it should do sixes and eights, because you have an 8, 8, 6, and 6. Some people will call this the 3V set, and they throw it from this side. I just throw it from the other side, and that's what makes it a 4, 2, 4, 6. So let's see if we can get a 6 or an 8 with our throws here. So that is snake eyes. That is a 2. And I don't know if you heard that, but it's a pretty hard table. So not too bouncy. And sometimes bouncy tables are hard to control. I'm not saying I'm controlling the dice. What I mean is, like for example, if I throw it like on a bouncy table, if I threw it up and high like that, a lot of times it would just bounce out of the table. It would like bounce and then seriously just bounce out of the table. So if it's a bouncy table, you throw more like vertically and let it roll instead of coming straight down and bouncing. So, and if you did try to bounce it, you'd want to be way over here, try to bounce it like that to hit the wall and come back. Anyway, I got a 10. So we got some snake eyes and a 10. So the point is 10, so now if they had the puck, they would put the puck on 10 and the game is on. I have to roll a 10 before a 7 in order to pass or win. So again, I'm doing that same set, and we're gonna see how many times I can roll without a 7. Here we go. And there's the 10, point hit, point hit. So same roll, same set, same mechanics, that's the idea. And you should have the same probability. Now, some people would say, it's all random, Brian. I don't know what you're talking about. It's all random. Yeah, there are 36 different combinations. So if I'm throwing from the same place on the table, with the same dice, now they're gonna have different dice that they give me, so I'm not saying that this set is always gonna give a 10, but this is a come out roll again. Here we go. And it's a 6. So we did get one of those combinations. The 6 is on that die. And so again, just getting used to this table. And so the point is 6. We have to roll a 6 before a 7 in order to pass or win. So I'm gonna do that same set again. And you can see, actually that wasn't a 4, 2, 6. It was the other 6. So it wasn't one of these sides. But here, let's get back to this side. Here we go. This is where I've been throwing it from. Let's see, point is 6. Let's see if we can hit a 6. And there's an 8. There's an 8. All right, so there's 36 different combinations of the dice. There's 6 ways to make a 7, 5 ways to make a 6, and 5 ways to make an 8. There's 4 ways to make a 5 and 9, and there are 3 ways each on the 4 and 10. All right, let's see. 7 out. All right, 7 out. All right, so we got 1 point, and then we got 1 that we lost, okay? So what would happen here on the 7 out? Somebody else, they would pass the dice to someone else. And so now that I got a 7 out with that one, I'm gonna do a different set now. So being that I'm gonna do a different set now, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do, I don't know if you can see that, we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, so if you've watched any of my other videos, this is the one I'm hoping gets a 4, a 3, a 10, or 11, and that's what's on these dice. So again, I'm gonna throw it from the 1, 2, 3, 1. Here we go, let's see. This is a come out roll, and it is a 10. So again on the 10, all right, mark it again, 10 on the end. All right, Let's see if we can get the 10. So the point is 10. We're gonna use the same exact die set that we started with this one, okay? And see if we can get a 10. Here we go. And, ooh, midnight. Midnight. This hit the wall. It was almost like that. And I saw it hit and then go like that. So midnight. Midnight, that's a horn number. That's a 1-roll bet. Double in the field if you have that field bet there. But here, let's go again. So let's get the 1, 2, 3, 1, and let's get that 10. All right. And it's a 9, 1 dot short. We got a 3, 6, a 6, 3, 9. All right, let's see. Let's see about this set. So see if we can get it. See if we can get our 10 before the bad number, right? All right, there we go. And these, there it is, 10. Hard 10, by the way. So there's another point. So now we're gonna have another come out roll. And so that was a hard 10, so it wasn't necessarily on the set, but hey, it works. It works. So here we go. Let's see. Come out roll. Let's see what we get. All right. So there is 7. That's a winner right there, by the way. A winner. They're going to do an announcement here.
Well, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness.
Welcome on board your new home here for the beautiful Ovation of the Seas. Folks, this is your cruise director, Steve from Canada, and on behalf of your captain, Captain Espen, your hotel director, Mr. Sanjay, and more than 1,500 officers, staff, and crew from 70 nationalities, welcome you on board our final Alaskan vacation of 2023.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, while you are exploring the ship, we want to remind all guests
1, 2, 3.
of our mandatory guest safety briefing procedure called Muster 2.0.
Yeah.
We've enhanced the process to make it quicker and easier than ever before. All you need to do is make sure to download the Royal Caribbean app, select the safety icon, and watch the life jacket demonstration video on your mobile device. Once completed, immediately please check in with the crew at your assigned assembly stations, which are already open and ready for you. You can easily find the location of your assembly station on the Royal app. It's also on your set sail pass, that's your boarding pass when you came on board the ship. For any guests who do not watch the life jacket demonstration video on the app, we will give you a live presentation at the assembly station. For our families with children between the ages of 3 and 11 years old, youth safety wristbands can be found in your staterooms when they are ready. Please make sure to bring your children to the assembly station so we can explain safety 1, 2, 3. And remember, folks, the sooner you check in at your assigned assembly stations, the sooner your adventure can begin. A quick reminder to any of our guests who are traveling in large groups and wish to dine together.
Hard 4.
Please make your way to the dining room sometime this afternoon on deck number 4 midship.
That was a bad throw.
Your dining experiences today, so you're all set and ready for tonight and the remainder
mainly.
of the cruise. Folks, once again, we appreciate your cooperation and please immediately taking care of your mandatory guest safety briefing. That's all done. You're all set and ready to enjoy 7 days of good times here aboard the Ovation of the Seas. From all of us here aboard the ship, folks, welcome on board and welcome home.
All right, thanks, Steve. All right, I don't know if you saw, but that was 2 3s in a row. That I called that last one a bad throw because it hit the wall first. Oh my goodness. So here's a 9. All right, so where I'm trying, of course, on a Royal Caribbean, you have to hit the wall, the back wall, and the back wall is pretty much here, all the way across. So they'll pick like this line. Sometimes they'll count it like right there is the back wall, but really it has to be more like this back wall, like that line right following this line, okay? But if, say it landed short like that, they would say no roll. If one of them hit and one of them didn't, they would say no roll. There's no warnings, there's no exceptions, so it doesn't matter, okay? So, but you wanna, depending on how you throw, you wanna hit either right here or you wanna hit behind where people play the pass line. You wanna, ideally, if it can hit, bounce over their chips and then hit the back wall, that would be great. However, if there's a lot of stuff here, sometimes you could just shoot, and trying to hit around here would be the best place to try to hit, so it hits the wall and stops. You don't want it to roll around too much, unless that's your strategy or style, the way you do it. But so anyway, point is 4, by the way, and then we got a 9. Okay, there we go. This one should get 4s, but man, it's getting 3s right now. Oh my goodness, that's a third 3 in like 5 throws. And so that was the 1, 2, 3, 1. So that is that set that has a 4, a 3, a 10, and an 11 on. And so I'm throwing it from the 1 and the 4 on the top. Let's see if we can get that point of 4. All right. So there, oh, 7 out, man. Okay, so I would say the averages have been pretty, like, random, like, in a way of, like, average roll count has been pretty similar on both of those sets. So I can either try another set or I can stick with this set. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick with this set because this is a set I usually stick with. And I just think that was a bad roll. But now let's say this is another shooter, another point, that's another come out, and it is a yo 11. And so remember, that's part of the set that we're looking for. So the yo 11, yo 11. So that's what they would call that. So some people, when they see this video, they say, hey, are you allowed to record in the casino? Did you ask them to do that? No, I didn't ask. And I probably, if I did, man, there's a 7 quick. The reason why I started talking about that is because somebody was walking up. I thought they were going to ask me to stop filming because there's a worker here. Because technically you're not supposed to film or record in the, so that was a 0.7 out. I'm gonna go back to the, okay, let's do a hard way set. Now this is a hard set, no pun intended, but 4-4, it's 4-2, 4-2. The 4's on top, the 2's, the 3's, the 10's. Okay, so that's called a hard way set. So the 4's on top, here we go. Now this should get hard ways if we're rolling it correctly. Let's see if we could do that. And there is a 7. That's a come out 7 though. And that's what's dangerous about the hard way, because if you have one that rolls twice over, then that's what's called a double pitch. And so what happens is the other side of the 4 is a 3. And I don't know if you knew that about dice, but the opposite side of the dice always equals 7. So if you have 2s, then you know 5s are on the other side. If you have 3s, then you know that 4s, it always equals 7 on the other side of the dice. And I know you can't see this one because it's on the inside, but 1 and 6, so equals 7. That's always on the sides of the dice. So we're gonna stick with this hard way set, just doing 4-2, 4-2. We're gonna try to get some hard ways. I almost hit you there if I went off the table, right? If you went off the table. Okay. Oh yeah, just recording a little video for my channel, and then of course seeing how this table reacts, and so I wouldn't call it lessons, but views and likes. Yeah, I'm just practicing to see how the dice react to, because some tables are more bouncy, some are hard, and then. I think somebody's gonna be shooting some crap. Yeah, I will be. That's for sure. All right, we got a 5, so the point is 5. Point is 5. Do you play craps?
Never did.
Never?
Don't know how.
Oh, well.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, so if you saw, I just rolled a 5, right?
Right.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna put a puck that's where it says on,
Yes.
and it's gonna be on the 5. So now I have to roll a 5 before I roll a 7. So 7 is a bad number right now, and 5's a good number.
7's a good, bad number.
7's a bad number. So there it is. That means I lost.
That's
So there's,
like that.
so it's really just a roll of the dice, right? But what happens is, so now because I lost, it goes to another person. And when you want to pass, in order to roll a 5 and then hit a 5 again, that would be me passing, but I didn't pass. I rolled a 7 before a 5. Well, other people can bet on don't pass. 7, there's more probabilities of 7 than any other number. There's 6 ways to make a 7. So a lot of times, if you're betting with the dice, you should always bet don't pass. But people want to bet pass. They want to bet against the dice and the odds are not in their favor. So, so now I would go to somebody else. They would roll the dice, and then if they hit a 9, now I have to roll a 9 before a 7 in order to pass or win.
Okay.
All right, so now let's see if I could roll a 9 before a 7.
Okay.
Now, this is a $10 table, so I'd have to have $10 right here. But also, all of these bets are 10. But this bet right here,
Yep.
because I just rolled a 9, this bet is for the 9.
Okay.
But let's say I wanted to bet $10 on the 10. If the 10 rolls, I would get paid on the 10. Same thing, 5, 4, whatever you bet on, if it rolls, you would get paid. So let's say this one has all of these numbers. Doesn't have the 7, doesn't have the 5, 6, or 8, but if any one of these numbers, if I put money right here and then this rolls, then a 7. So you can see that the way that this game is kind of against you. Now remember when I was talking about that don't pass?
Yeah.
That person would have just
They
won.
would've won.
They would have won because the highest probability is 7.
Okay.
So, and sometimes people, you know, set the dice a certain way
Yeah.
and then try to throw it exactly in the same spot from the same spot, and they're hoping for that probability. Well, this one that I'm throwing on this video, I just said, this is a dangerous one to throw because it brings a lot of 7s, they say. But there's other dice, like, and there's, some people say it's all random, and it could be random, but I like to think about probability, right? So this one should hit, if it rolls and lands the same, if they react the same, it should be a 4, a 3, a 10, or an 11, okay? If they react the same so that's the idea. I want them to react the same when they go down there, and it's a 6. So,
Which is just so much for that.
well, yeah, you know, but a 6 ain't a bad number because you know how there's 6 ways to make a 7? There's actually 5 ways to make a 6 and 5 ways to make an 8. So if ever you want to start off with craps, never play the pass line unless you're rolling the dice. Just bet the 6 and 8 because there's 10 combinations for the 6 and 8. There's only 6 combinations for the 7. So you have a better shot to hit a 6 or an 8. That's your best odds, I would say. So let's see if we can get that 6. There's a 2. So if you bet in here, you would have got paid double. So $10 would have won 20, or on a 2 and 12, $10 wins $20. So you have a total of 30 now. So this is kind of what I love to do. I love to play craps on a cruise, and I earn free cruises by doing it. Did you know that? You can win free cruises by playing in the casino?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's see, can we get that 6? Ooh, a 3. Remember what I said on that one die set? That was the 3. It was 3, what was it? 3, 11, 4, and 10, right? So.
Do a hard 8. Do a hard 8.
A hard 8. So see, this is that 3. So remember when I talked about the dice doing the same thing?
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm a big. In just a few minutes.
There's an 8. There's an 8. It wasn't a hard 8 though. Hard 8. Okay, so these ones are called pitcher bets, and see these how they look? That's how it has to roll. So if you bet that, it would stay there. It pays 9 to 1, but it would stay there until an easy 8, which was the 5-3, or a 7. So it would stay there until that happens. It's not a one-roll bet like the field here. All right, let's see if we can get that 6. Okay, now watch this, okay. So if I do this set here, it has an 8 on top, an 8 right there, a 6 right there, and a 6 right there. So pretty good odds, hopefully, if they do the same thing. Let's get a 6 or 8. It's a 3. Oh man, that is. So anyway, that's why. So what's hard?
You're not a millionaire.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why.
how many cruises does that earn you?
So when you talk about, think about this. Remember we talked about that you could lose a lot of money really quick or win a lot of money real quick. Remember this one's on the 7, right? If you bet the 6 and 8, say I put $25 here,
Yeah.
and then I put 12 here and 12 here, and I'm trying to hit a 6 and 8, but a 7 comes instead, I would lose that, but I would win it here. So I'd break even. The only time that would lose, this would lose, is if you hit the point. I don't remember what the point is. Oh, it's 6. So imagine if somebody was right here, they would win on a 7, but they would lose on a 6. But let's say I have 25 here and 12 here. I would win 14 there, but I would lose 25. So if I can hit an 8, which I did, I would actually break even on that hand. So it's kind of, that's why I like this game, because you can hedge your bets. You could, kind of like on roulette, you know how you could play both sides? So let's get that 6. Oh, it's a 7 out. See, talking about the don't. Talking about the don't. Well, hey, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.